So, am I audible? Good morning, dear Toastmasters and guests. Good morning, and the Toastmasters online. Welcome to the 31st meeting of Madras Toastmasters Club. For those who don't know Toastmasters International, it is a non-profit organization founded by Ralph C. Smedley in 1924. The mission of a Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning experience in which the members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So there are 4 core values of any Toastmasters International: integrity, dedication to excellence, service to the member, and respect for the individual. The rules to be followed: I request all the speakers to refrain from talking on taboo topics like sex, religion, and politics. Since it is a hybrid meeting, I request the online participants to ensure that your microphone is on mute when you are not speaking. And I request the online participants to rename themselves as the Toastmasters or guests followed by your name. And I'll be sharing one form in the chat window, which is for the online Toastmasters to mark their attendance, and the other one for the guests to share your details. Have a great day. And I now hand over the control to our presiding officer.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Gayatri. So today I will be the presiding officer. Thank you, Toastmaster Gayatri, once again for your warm welcome. And very good morning, dear Toastmasters and guests. It is my pleasure to be with you and share and start this meeting. And I open this meeting, 635th meeting of Madras Toastmasters open. Before we go further on, can we have the guest introduction? I think we don't have guests in the online. Do we have any guests in the offline?
Yes, Muthu, we have one guest.
Yes.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Myself, Vikram. I am from Andhra. I work for Conresnic Professional Services. I am CFI pursuing student. I am here since past 1 year. Thank you.
Do we have any other guests?
No, Muthu, no. That's it.
Yeah, okay. So thank you, Toastmaster Paramaguru. With this, I hand over the control to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Paramaguru.
Muthu, we have one more guest online. He just now joined.
Sarath, I think. Yes, Sarath.
He left.
If he joins, you can have introduction in the so Toastmaster Paramaguru, you can start the session.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muthu. So on this beautiful Sunday morning, we have gathered here to improve our communication skills. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests, myself Paramaguru. So in psychology, there are major 7 kinds of emotions are there: happiness, sadness, surprise, fear, anger, disgust, and contempt. When happiness would come, when we have a peace of mind and calm and yeah, that's the topic today. So today the word of the day is serenity, which means calm, peace of mind. And the theme of the day is liberty and tranquility, which means self-growth, inner freedom, and strong human spirit. So today, for prepared speakers and table topic speakers, please try to incorporate these words in your speech while you are giving word of the day and theme of the day. Yeah. For the benefits of guests and others, I would like to introduce, in meeting we have 3 parts. One is, first part is prepared speech. In prepared speech segment, that speakers are given time to come with prepared speech and deliver it. And the second segment is very interesting segment, which is a table topic segment, where table topic master will give you an impromptu title, so you have to deliver it on stage. And the third session is very interesting session. It's an evaluation session. Anyone can give speech, but after giving the speech, whether you have given the correct speech or not, that's the evaluator will provide you feedback and the I note of the flaw. To help me with that, today I have a general evaluator, Toastmaster Rahul there. So Rahul is working as a senior manager in sales and business development in Mindtree. He is a marathoner and stock market enthusiastic. I would like to call General Evaluator TM Rahul on stage. Over to you, Rahul.
Thanks, Toastmaster Paramaguru. Hello? Yeah, thanks, Toastmaster Paramaguru. And very good morning to all the attendees, online as well as offline. So, my name is Rahul Dutt, and I am the General Evaluator for today's session. So I will be evaluating the session as a whole and giving my report at the end of the meeting. To help me with today's meeting, I have 3 Toastmasters who are going to help me evaluating different aspects of the meeting today. So first of all, we have Toastmaster Deepa, who's working as a quality engineer as she's working as a quality engineer at TPI Composites. She loves reading books and sketch portraits, and she's an enthusiastic individual, and she aims to become an entrepreneur. So I think she's on. Yeah. So I would hand over the stage to Deepa. Can you explain your role today? Over to you, Deepa. Thank you.
Sure. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today I'm going to play the role of timer, and as a timer, I'm going to note down the time taken by all the speakers. For the prepared speech session, the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. So I will show green at 5 minutes and amber at 6 minutes, red at 7 minutes with 30 seconds grace time. For the table topic session, the time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. So I will show green at 1 minute and amber at 1 minute 30 seconds and red at 2 minutes with a 30 seconds grace time. And for evaluation session, the time limit is 2 to 3 minutes. I will show green at 2 minutes, amber at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red at 3 minutes 30 seconds. 3 minutes with 30 seconds grace time. So at the end of the meeting, I will submit my timer report to the general evaluator. Thank you. All the best.
Thanks, Toastmaster Deepa, for introducing your role to the attendees overall. Next on, I have another role player known by the name R Counter, who is Toastmaster Jacob, and he is also joining us online. Toastmaster Jacob is a project coordinator at RR Donnelly, and he's having 9 years of experience working in graphics field design. His hobbies are reading books and listening to music. In particular, he likes reading crime novels and watching movies. Without much ado, I will hand over the stage to Toastmaster Jacob to introduce his role to the attendees. Over to you, Toastmaster Jacob.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crest or pause fillers by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for the overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. And I will also listen for the filler sounds, including I'll also note down when speaker repeats the words or phrases such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will submit my report at the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you, and over to the General Evaluator.
Thanks, Toastmaster Jacob, for introducing your role to the attendees today. Next on, we'll move on to the next role player who's going to help me evaluate the session as a whole. We'll move on to the grammarian for today, Miss Nisha Selvaraj. She again is working with the TPI Composites as a production engineer. She's a very interesting introduction she has given me. She's very much interested in interacting with people, happy to serve the needy people. Her reason for joining, definitely to improve her leadership skills, and she has a very interesting favorite quote. She believed she could, so she did. That's an interesting one, Nisha. So, Nisha, why don't you come onto the stage and explain your role duties?
Warm welcome to the fellow Toastmasters. Thanks for the introduction speech to me. It's very quite interesting. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm here to present the Grammarian Report, everyone. I will be accounting for the word of the day and the theme of the day you are using throughout your speech. Finally, I will submit the report to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Toastmaster Nisha. So that's it for now. I'll be back with my general evaluator report and with the evaluations with the help of two evaluators. I think we have two speeches. So I'll be back with it. We have one more guest. So can we have two more guests? So can we have the guest with 30 seconds of introduction? Yeah. Yes. Sir, can you come? Yeah.
You can inform people.
Yeah.
You just inform me there is one guest.
Yeah. Muthu, there is one more guest. So we are having an introduction.
Good morning, I am also, my name is Muthu Kumar. Yeah, good morning, my name is Muthu Kumar. I just come as a guest to have a look on this. Basically for my daughter, how we can improve the communication skills and leadership of this.
Thank you. So that's it. Okay, so there is one more guest. Please. Yeah, can we have a big round of applause?
Hello everyone, I'm Meera. So basically I have a fear of public speaking and it's been like bothering me for a pretty long time. So I just want to improve it and be able to overcome and express myself in like large public places. My hobbies are I love music. I love watching movies and TV shows. Yeah, thank you.
So we are all here to build our leadership skills. With that, I'll hand over the stage to the Toastmaster today to conduct the process. Over to you.
Thank you, Rahul, for clearly explaining and Tacking for clearly explaining the roles and responsibilities. Thank you so much. Now let us quickly jump into the prepared session. First speaker is Toastmaster Arun Kumar. So before I introduce him, I would like to call TM Trinatha Rao sir, Evaluator, for explaining the speech objective. Over to you, sir.
Happy morning, Toastmaster of the day. Can you able to hear me?
Yes, sir, we can.
Yeah. Toastmaster Arun Kumar is presenting speech on research and presenting on a presentation mastery pathway. The purpose of this project is to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. Time manager, please note down, time is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best.
Yeah, so Toastmaster Arun Kumar is our past president of MTC. Over to you, TM Arun Kumar, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Paramaru. If I am there in the Andhra chapter of commerce, I would have given you a handshake and greeted and said thank you, Toastmaster of the day. And this handshake and hugging is a part of a socializing habit across the world until the pandemic hit the world. What happened after pandemic? Starting from the Western leaders, everyone started to say Namaste. So, my dear Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests, my Namaste to all of you. And it is a customary habit, you have to say Namaste, but wait, I will ask you when to know. Before that, I will ask you one thing, including all the people sitting in Andhra Chamber of Commerce, because one person in your life who is keep on repeatedly not irritating you. Maybe your boss at office, or the boss at home, or the neighbor, or a colleague in your place. Pick some person who is irritating you, giving most of respect to you. Now think that person. Do namaste now. I hope all the people in Andhra Chamber of Commerce are doing it because I am not able to watch it. Do the namaste symbol and curse that person. Give some shout to him. Curse whatever you want. I experienced this. You can take your hand. I experienced this in one of the mindset program, and everybody have responded in same tone. They are not able to think anything bad about that person. Because when we hold our hands and give namaste, it generates a lot of positive empowering in our side, and which will never allow you to think anything negatively about anybody. That is the logic behind it. This made me curious to dig more about what is that behind this. Why we have not learned about most of our basic culture. So I started to research about it, and hence I want to share my learnings with all of you. And I want to share it in 3 different aspects. That is in 3 yes. The first yes is as a social habit. Why we do this namaste? What we as a society are doing it. It is nothing but we are giving respect to somebody else in the opponent as a symbol of greeting them and welcoming them. And what is the meaning behind this namaste? It comes from the origin of Sanskrit word which is called namaskara. Namas means respect, I go to you. Kara means doing that activity. Or namaste means they refers you. So in Tamil we say it as vanakkam, and several other languages including namaskaram, namaskara, pranam, and Hindi namaste. This is the origin of this word. And nothing but we use this whenever we see some elders, whenever we welcome the guest to our home, and in any social ceremony. And the second aspect I want to show you is that in terms of scientific reason, what is the science says about this? See, when we say the namaste, the symbol, we pick our hands together and come to her and put it on our heart, that is chest. These 5 fingers represents the 5 elements of power, which is nothing but air, fire, air, akash, space, air, and water. And the reflexology science says that our fingers are having the weak points of several nerves to our body, and when we fold together, these pressure points are making to balance our body through all these 5 elements. And another thing is that we are bringing 2 hands, and when we do that, it is activating and balancing both our right hemisphere and left hemisphere of the brain. That becomes a balanced state in your body, and that balanced state gives the liberty in your tranquility. Then we activate on both of them. And that is the reason we will not be able to think anything about negativity, be it the anger, emotions, what kind of negative emotions. The moment when you are experiencing next time in your life, just do this course and observe, understand. You can accept my words only when you do it and realize the benefits. And I would like to move on to the third aspect, that is what spiritual says about it. Because the science can give the answer about what and how, but when we want to discuss about the why, we have to go to the spiritual mode. And what spiritual says about the namaste is that we are not only expressing it as an emotion physically and smiling through our emotional body and physical body. When we say namaste or folding our hands, we are expressing that gratitude and love to the soul in the opposite side. So there is an energy exchange happening between our soul and the 2 persons sitting opposite to the soul. And by doing that, you will not at all think anything, anger, negative about that person in your opposite. We give the respect to the soul so that it is not only a physical level exchange is happening, it is happening in exchange at the transcendental level. And what another aspect says in spirituality about this holding hands, namaste symbol is that it helps us to embrace the dualities. Take any human being, we have many dualities. pleasure in one side, pain in another side, anger in one side, happiness in another side, masculine power in one side, feminine power in another side. We all have this irrespective of gender. That's what the spiritual says there. And when we put together and activating the hemispheres of both the brains, we are neutralizing all the aspects. That is, if you take the emotions, Toastmaster is described over 5 different emotions, starting from the happiness to the anger. You will be equating all of them and embracing the duality. That is why in temple also we use this symbol as Namaste symbol, so that when we are in front of God, we will access only the true divine of love power. So, my dear Toastmaster of the day, we started a lot of good habits when we hit the pandemic. But what happened after lockdown is released. We throw away all the good habits. So does the Namaste also. We started to do the handshake. So I'm not asking you to do Namaste to other person because that is gradually moved out of the culture. But what and how you can use is that every day, morning soon after you wake up from the bed or before you go to the bed, just spend 1 minute. Hold your hands and think something good about the day and start your day and end your day. Namaste to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful speech. Let us all do Namaste to get the maximum benefit of our health. So now I'd like to introduce the second speaker, T.M. Prabhat. Before I introduce him, I would like to call our Toastmaster Muthu, Evaluator, for giving the speech objective of the speaker. Over to you, Toastmaster Muthu.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Prabhat. 1 minute. Toastmaster Prabhat is doing a project for the level 1, the pathway persuasive influence, the evaluation and feedback. His speech title is The Core Element of Human Hexagon. The purpose of his speech is for him to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of the speech for him to demonstrate that he has applied the feedback and received the feedback. Okay. So with this, I hand over the control to the Toastmaster Prabhat. All the best.
Toastmaster Prabhat is a mechanical engineer with 12 years of experience. He loves exploring new places, loves playing table tennis, and run every day to keep fit. Over to you, T.M. Prabhat.
Toastmaster Paramguru, actually the voice is very low, so can you do something about it? Online it is very difficult to hear.
Muthu, is it audible now?
Yes, it is audible but not clear and loud.
Muthu, is it audible? Hello?
It is audible but not loud.
We can. It's okay.
We'll keep it here.
Yeah, still it's not. So if it is so, we can continue. We can do in the break also.
So you can speak.
Muthu, now it is audible.
He can come closer to the laptop and that should help. Yeah, that should be clear. Yeah.
Give it to me. Okay, fine, but don't tell me. Yeah, I will hear. Here only. Yes.
Is it audible now, Muthu?
Gayatri, the mic behind the laptop we are able to hear, but which is holding by Prabhat, it is not that much audible. It's difficult for us.
This is not audible.
Just come here and sit.
Okay.
Okay, then fine. I'll leave it here.
Yeah, you can inform the timer. Yeah, timer, you can start.
Being born in a small city, surrounded by family and friends, till the time you become 22. And then suddenly, one fine day, you have been exposed to a big city where you do not find even a single person who are actually who are your family member or a friend. And fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, do you have any experience like this in your school days or after school days or after your graduation, something like that? Yes, two people I can see. Yeah, so this is a story of me. Till that time, I graduated from a small city in Jharkhand. I was surrounded by my family and friends. I did not have to think about anything. But actually, after the graduation, I was thinking to go to some of the big city like Pune. So actually, I was excited about that because I had so many ambition to fulfill, and for that I excited. So in 2010, I came to Pune. I started my professional career, but the day I actually entered in a Pune city, it was a shock to me because in that city I was a single person. I was not having a friends or family who can support me or who can emotionally support me, who can actually help me in a difficult situation. So because of that, I was in a silo, and it was affecting my state as well. And because of that, I was not able to focus in my office work as well. This was affecting my personality. So after 6 months, some of my senior at the workplace, he spoken with me because this person has seen me. I was in a silo, even in the office, out of the office. So he spoken with me. He explained me some of the basic things about human hexagon. So those basic things are here are the basic things: intention, psychological response, physical behavior, emotion, perception, and belief. So he just told me that I should focus upon these 6 elements and I should think about my experiences so far. So if I focus on those things, I was finding intentions was right. I was focused about achieving something in the life. And for that, psychological behavior was also supporting me. I was ready to accept any situation. And the physical state was also good. But the thing which was affecting me was emotion. Because I was feeling lonely, I was feeling sad because of some of the experience and all. I was not having a family, friends for any emotional supports. And because of that emotion, it came into perception that I will not be staying in the city for so long. And this had become the belief for me that I will not be surviving in this city without my family or friends. So the single element was actually affecting all the other elements. So I thought I should do something on this.
So for that, I started to explore things. I started to interact with people, and after interacting with people, I had a few of the friends, and I started to share my feelings with them, my emotions with them, and by doing that, I was in a position that this element also became positive and started to support me. And by doing that, it had become a perception for me that if we can explore the thing, if we can interact with people, we can still survive in this city as well. And this became a relief to me. And I stayed in Pune city for around 7 years. I did so many achievements, even individually, personally, or professionally. I have so many success stories behind that. This was happening just because I was focused on those 6 elements. Those 6 elements were making me strong. Recently in 2018, I have been shifted to Chennai. Chennai is also actually unknown city to me. I did not have any family or friends, but using these 6 elements, I can say I am enjoying every day in this Chennai city. I interacted with so many people who have supported me and make me a person who I am today. So with this, I would like to say, if you are doing something, it will not be sufficient. You should actually apply it. If you are willing to do something, you should go and do it. With this, thank you so much and over to you.
Thank you, Prabhat. Such a wonderful speech, breaking all the obstacles and barriers. Great Toastmaster Prabhat. So now we will move on to third speaker. Third speaker is Toastmaster Suhashmi. So before I introduce her, I would like to call our evaluator, Toastmaster Kavita, to introduce, to explain the speech objective. Over to you, Toastmaster Kavita.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. A special good morning to my target speaker, Toastmaster Suhashmi. Toastmaster Suhashmi is giving her level 5 elective project lessons learned. The title of her project is A Moment of Sudden Insight, Light and Delight. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about and apply the skills needed to run a lessons learned meeting during a project or after the project's completion, and also to share some aspects of her leadership experience and the impact of the lessons learned meeting. The time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Suhashmi, and all the very best.
So before I introduce, I'll just introduce her. Toastmaster Suhashmi working as a lead engineer and 5 years into Toastmaster. Her hobbies are reading books, playing badminton, listening music, cooking, and doing teaching yoga. Over to you, Toastmaster Suhashmi.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Aha moment. A moment of sudden insight, light, and delight. Namaste. Good morning, Toastmaster and my fellow friends. Do you know which is the challenging role in ESCOM team? Anyone?
VP.
Yeah, yes, you are right. Let me share the line rip of my VP journey. Yeah, what? Humorous poem, pilot, what? It is very critical situation, a critical role. How it could, yes, I used to smile whenever I face any difficulty and uncomfortable level in my roles and responsibility. Coming to the first line of my poem, time. I struggled a lot for a few weeks how to manage the meeting agenda and follow everything within a time limit. I don't know what to do, but I used to get some few inputs from my ESCOM team and my president, Toastmaster Kavita. Somehow we managed this week. So I suddenly got some idea how to balance this and how to come across these struggles. I accept the situation. The first lesson I learned and focus on what is next. Yes, I'm thinking on it. What is next? Yeah, it's a proper planning. Yes, it will be difficult to pinpoint that first wave of serenity, but I found out, yeah, planning, how to organize the meeting. And I also got an input from my subcommittee members. I have a subcommittee members for a tag roles who helped me to uh, assign the tag roles and fetch the members to get into that role. Toastmaster Anirudh helped me in that way. And how to prepare an agenda within a time period. Yes, Toastmaster Priyadarshini helped me to provide an Excel tool for preparing an agenda. That tool helped me to pinpoint each and every minutes of the meeting. It helped me a lot, thanks to her. And I have two more subcommittee members who helped me to run a quality meeting. One is Toastmaster Karthik and another one is Toastmaster Gayatri to help out me to fulfill the gap whenever there is an gaps in the schedule. They helped me to handle a fun session. Yes, I learned from this proper learning. I learned two things: delegate your works to the team member and accept their idea and implement when it's go right direction. Yes. The third lesson is a commitment where I learned how the commitment is important for the leadership. Yes, all the senior people shown me how the commitment is helped me to get in this path to success the meeting. Yes, whenever there is a dropout, senior people suddenly helped me to take up the education session. One fine day, I had only one session, speaking session in the meeting. So I called DTM Jacob sir, kindly can you help me on this? Suddenly there is a few dropout. He asked me what education session you want. I thought to have two laddus on the same stone or two mangoes on the same stone. Yes. Can you take the commitment? The topic is commitment in education session. He agreed on 9:30 a.m. on the same day and he delivered the speech on commitment. So I learned the lessons how the commitment level of from the senior person and also my fellow with the from the Toastmasters friends. Yes, the fourth lesson which I learned on my poem is measure your lead. Keep on put the effort on your roles and responsibility. One fine day, definitely you will taste the fruit. Yes, this is, I want to share one experience of this tasted fruit. Yes, when we are at the end of our term, I and my president, Toastmaster Kavita, discussed about the golden gavel criteria. We you have some criteria to achieve a golden gavel. We have a lag of few points when it was published. The points were published through the D20 districts. But we thought at the last moment also we can work out whichever we missed. We shoot a mail. We can definitely get. She insists me. So we worked together. We worked on all the process and we shooted the mail towards the concerned person and we got the, I think we got the golden gavel continuously without any break. Yes, kudos to my team and also I thank all of my ESCOM team, whomever I approach whenever there is a dropout, they hardly say no. They accept this situation and they helped me to run this meeting in a quality manner. The fifth thing I would learn from my poem is emotional intelligence. How the emotional intelligence played a vital role in leadership quality. Yes, we have to accept the situation and focus on what is next, and we have to plan accordingly to run the situation in a smoother and a quality way. During the dropout, how to manage? I got a tip from one of my ESCOM team, again, a president you just ask a question, why you are dropping out from this speech? definitely they will think and they will have some peer pressure and they will know the commitment level of there. So I thought to ask the question to everybody who is dropping out the time. So always ready to accept the situation, focus on next, apply your plan, put effort on it, and emotionally you have to be intelligent to tackle the situation. That is one book called Idliya Ire. When we put the idli in tawa, it going to cook on the steam in a pressure manner. Finally, we got a soft, tasty, and healthy idli. Like that, when you want to know your excellence, you have to be put it in such a situation to taste it. My dear Toastmaster, what stops you? Come on, take up the role in VP in ESCOM. Know your excellence. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, ma'am. Such a wonderful speech and greatly explained your pathways and wonderful experience in MTC. Thank you so much. So it was a great prepared speech session. Timer, is everyone is qualified?
Yes, everyone qualified.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Shut up. Toastmaster Muthu, we have one guest.
Yes, we can have the introduction.
Yeah.
Offline or online?
Online. Sharad, can you please unmute your mic and explain yourself, introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello. Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible.
You want me to introduce, right? Like, yeah, my name is Sharat. Like, I have been coming to Toastmaster for last 1 month. I just want to improve my English because communication and public speaking is both different. So I just want to improve my English and I just want to gain a good network to meet new peoples. That is my agenda of joining this Toastmaster.
Thank you, yes, Sarath. Please leave a contact number in the chat box or a VP.
Yeah, actually, I think you have my contact numbers and everything.
You are in touch with Toastmaster Anand?
Yeah, I spoke with him, and I think from next month onwards, I'll be getting my membership.
Thank you, yes, Sarath.
Thank you.
Keep attending the meeting. Back to Toastmaster of the day.
Muthu, so session is over. So can we give a break or we can move to the second session?
Hello. I'm not getting.
Muthu, you are not audible.
Okay, you can continue. You can take a break for 10 minutes. I think it's 11 o'clock.
10 minutes. Okay, Muthu. Timer, you can note out the 10 minutes. Thank you, Toastmaster Muthu.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests at online. Are we back from the break?
Good morning. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so let's resume this meeting. I now hand over the stage to our TME.
So in this busy world, we are getting lots of stress and running out of time, and we do not have time to take care of ourselves. So due to this, we are getting a lot of anxiety, stress, and increasing our negative thoughts. For example, if I say, close your eyes and do not think parrot for 5 seconds. Is it possible? No. Is it possible? No, that's how our brain works. Okay, now quickly jump into our second session, which is table topic. So to start with the table topic, I would like to introduce our today's table topic master, Toastmaster Nikhil. So Nikhil currently pursuing MA History in Loyola College. His interests are designing, traveling, and analyzing historical events and writing. Over to you, Toastmaster Nikhil.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Param Guru, for the introduction. Now we are here for the most interesting part of the day. Hope this will be sweeter than the tea and crunchier than the biscuits. I welcome you all to the table topic session. So I'll be calling someone of you to speak impromptu. I'll be telling you the topic and then will be required to speak. Timer, please note that the time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. You have to show the green color at 1 minute, amber at 1.5 minutes, and red at 2 minutes. And every speaker will be having 30 seconds of grace time. So let's get started. I would like to call DTM Trinidad Rao sir.
I'm there. Yeah, tell me.
So how liberty adds up to tranquility? How liberty adds up to tranquility, DTM Trinidad Rao sir.
Yeah, table topics master, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. So what I understand from the topic, how liberty adds to the tranquility. Is it correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now I can take two aspects here. One is liberty and other one is tranquility. So liberty means, I think most of you know, it is a freedom. What is a freedom? Freedom won't come with free lunch. Freedom means responsibility. So once you got a liberty in any aspect of your life, whether it is a personal life or it's a professional life or a social life, if you think that you have liberty, that means you have a responsibility to do something. For example, in Toastmasters, if you want to take up any role, you have liberty to play that role, any role, based on the VP education request. But you have a responsibility to play that role up to your expectations of the VPE or audience and up to your caliber. So that's what I'm telling. Liberty is not just like that freedom, it has a responsibility. Then coming to the tranquility. See how liberty adds to tranquility. Once you understand the liberty with responsibility, automatically your life becomes a tranquility, in a state of tranquility. What is tranquility? Tranquility is the balance of your status, balance of your mind, balance of dualities, happiness and non-happiness, or maybe whatever you feel sorrow or whatever you feel happy. And if you think that it is easy or not easy. So in entire world, material world is a combination of dualities. So tranquility will give you how to balance these two dualities, two aspects of duality. So once you understand the liberty with a responsibility, then you can easily translate that into the tranquility of your life. So what I am understanding from my experience for a period of time in my corporate life, unless if you are not honest, unless you are not showing your liberty, unless you are not responsible, you won't get the tranquility in your life. Over to the table topics master.
Thank you so much, Dr. Trinidad Rao sir. That was insightful. Now I would like to call Toastmaster Venkatesh on stage. Toastmaster Venkatesh, how difficult is it to be serene? How difficult is it to be serene, Toastmaster Venkatesh?
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So the topic given to me is how difficult it is to be serene, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster. This is probably my third
table topics topic here, and every time it has been an abstract topic that I've got. So good creativity with all the people who create such topics, right? So anything that has got to do with ethics or anything that has got to do with character, good character is always difficult, right? Because in our current world, there are so many scenarios where it's very easy to digress, and there is always a shortcut for something. So to be on the honest path and to be ethical and think, it's always going to be difficult, right? And that is probably why you find very less people today who are very serene, right? And we have very less followers to follow to hold a serene character. So I would probably request everybody to hold the thoughts of Mahatma Gandhi, right, where he talks about non-violence and truthfulness and being honest, which is what makes all of us different. And that is probably the character that is missing in today's world, due to which we are seeing a lot of challenges and a lot of problems that we see. So that's what I would probably recommend with. And how do I see the time? Oh, sorry. I thought I was going over, but it looks like I have time. Okay, so let me continue with my topic, right? So one of the characters of in professional world that we see is, right, always there is a challenge of following what we want to follow, right? So it's like in some cases we do things which probably is not right thing to do. That's because there are other implications of that, but those things are always short term, right? We always look for a short term goal, and because of which we probably tend to take the shortcuts, and we try to not be ethical or follow a path that is not the right way to go. But if you look at it from a long term perspective, what we do in this, when we follow ethical and we have honesty, then that is where the team, or if you are following a team, or if you have turn red again. Okay, that's where it's very critical for us to follow and be there, right? So with that, I'll probably stop.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Venkatesh. Now I'd like to call guest Vikram on stage. Guest Vikram, is today worth living? Is today worth living? Guest Vikram.
Hi everyone. Thank you for giving this opportunity on the topic worth living. I believe we behave what we think. If we think in a positive way, we behave in a positive way. Whatever you see it in a positive way. Either it may be there is an accident going on, there is an accident happened on the road. If you are willing to help, go. Otherwise, it is not your duty, because every people crowded there, ambulance cannot reach. So see it in a positive way and move forward. If you want to go in a more positive way of life, then we can do meditation, yoga every day in the morning. So doing this, we should have some little commitment and discipline. Thank you.
I appreciate it, guest Vikram. Now I'd like to call guest Meera on stage. Guest Meera, are you more like your mom or dad? Are you more like your mom or dad? Guest Meera.
Come closer to the mic.
So I feel like this, topic in itself is like very controversial and can be like biased, of course. Firstly, my parents both have taught me in their own different ways, and they've been like wonderful as a whole. And their teachings are completely different. Their teaching ways are completely different. And I can't specifically say that I'm like my mom and like my dad. Of course, I do get comments from relatives and other nosy people who, will talk about how I'm like my mom or dad. But I feel like I might be a mix of both, because both of them have impacted my life and personality in so many different wonderful ways. And I feel like they've done justice to the word parenting as a whole. They brought me, gave me so many opportunities, like give me a good education, I mean, make me like allow me to participate in like sports activities, etc. And I think it's really wonderful that I get to have an experience in all of this. So I'm gonna unbiasedly and like avoid this controversy and say that I'm a mix of both. Thank you.
I'm so diplomatic, this Meera. Even if somebody asks me, I would be biased, even though I'm a history student. Next, I'd like to call guest Jayant on stage. Guest Jayant, tell us about your dad. Tell us about your dad, guest Jayant.
Tell me about your dad.
Yeah, that person.
I like my dad very much, and he has taught me many math calculations and many things, and he let me to participate in sports activities and studies, etc. And
Did he give you gifts?
yes, he buy me many gifts when I achieve or not achieving in anything. And he drops me in the school. I like, yeah, he is very kind to me, and he does not scold me or beat me. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, guest Jayant. So, audience, if you would have heard, he would have said, he's usually kind to me. So, there are instances when he won't be kind. Next, I would like to call guest Sarath. Guest Sarath, can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Fine. So, how does a rainful morning look like? How does a rainful morning look like, guest Sarath?
Can you repeat the topic? I didn't hear it properly.
How does a rainful morning look like?
How does
a rainful morning look like?
How does a painful morning?
Sereneful, sorry. Sereneful.
Strainful.
Sereneful. S-E-R-E-N.
Type in the chat box also.
Should I type it down?
Yeah, 1 second. No, I'm not getting the word. What is the word? Strainful?
Sereneful.
Sereneful. Yeah,
Yes, put it in the chat.
Okay, I will break it down. How does a peaceful morning look like?
How does
a peaceful morning look like?
Yeah, peaceful morning look like. Yeah, thank you for the topic, Toastmaster. It's a very good topic. A peaceful morning looks very good because morning is the starting part of our life. If the starting part of our life is very good, means then the whole day will be really very good. The morning, if our morning was not good, if we didn't have a good sleep or anything, and then the whole day will be so stressful. And getting a good morning is a very best way. And to have a better morning, we can exercise for 1 hour, or we can do meditation, or we can read a book. And then the best way to start our day is to plan our day. For example, we have to plan what are the things we are going to do today, when we are going to have meetings, when we are going to have lunch, exercise, and spending time with our family. If we plan everything, so every task in the morning, means then the whole day will be very perfect. Thank you.
Yes, sir. That works. Now I would like to call Toastmaster Madhusudan on stage. Toastmaster Madhusudan, what is your definition of peace? What is your definition of peace, Toastmaster Madhusudan?
Thank you, Nikhil, for giving me this wonderful topic. In my perspective, peace comes when you are contented, when you are satisfied, all those things. I would like to say is that when you're not contented with what you have right now, you cannot be contented with what you're going to have in the future. I mean, you're going to have like I'm having an OnePlus 6 phone. Okay, I'm asking my dad to get me an iPhone, but he says that let my semester results are out, then let's see whether he can buy me or not. I'm pretty confident that I won't be getting that phone. Okay, another thing that about peace, right? Peace comes before war. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know, before war or after war. See, due to many controversies, conflicts arise. So if people want to get things, put things into even, they start a conflict. After that, people are in peace. Like example, country is getting divided or something like that. And yeah, okay. I'm going to ask how many people are really satisfied over here? Satisfied, I mean contented with your life. Yes, honestly, people, honestly, I'm not. Okay, so that's all. Okay, watch my time right now. Here's my speech. Qualified.
Looks like a qualified.
Qualified, huh? Okay, fine. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhusudan. Hope you'll get that smartphone someday. I would like to call guest Muthu Kumar on stage. Guest Muthu Kumar, what is your definition of heaven? What is your definition of heaven, Guest Muthu Kumar? Muthu, are we visible?
Toastmaster Kavita, are we visible here?
Yes, you are visible.
Somebody should then.
Guest Muthu Kumar, what is your definition of heaven?
Is it online or offline?
Morning all. Heaven is a place where everyone wants to be. So we should believe we are in heaven. So that's the way we should start our living. Daily life, if we start thinking that today is going to be a miserable day, then we won't be doing much during the day. So we should believe today is going to be a very good day. So that's how we start the day. My thoughts are actually we do everything on the moment, neck of the moment only we do all the activities. So if you plan before doing that activity and we have sufficient time, then whatever we do, we can do with perfect finishing, and then we achieve more than we do in a hurry manner. So same way for our financials also. So we earn 20,000 per month, and we spend some basic necessities, and then our income also increases to 50,000, and then our necessities also increase to 50,000. So same way our income and expenses, we match ourselves, our mind will match everything, and then we make our life very miserable. So if we live within our means, and we make our timing also is like time and energy is equal to money. So all our means and this one, if we live within our means and we have some extra budget for everything, for any emergency, if we want to help someone, if we see an accident, if we go and help someone, if we are if we are keeping everything to the neck of the requirement, then it will be very difficult to help others, as well as it will not satisfy our mind also. So for example, if our office starts at 10 o'clock and if we start by 9:50 from our home, then we will be in a hurry and we will not be watching any of the incident around the road. If we start by 9 o'clock, we get some timing. If we want to help someone or if we follow the traffic rules, everything we can do and we live in peace. So that is heaven. Thanks.
Thank you so much, guest Muthu Kumar. That was insightful. I would like to call Toastmaster Rahul on stage. Toastmaster Rahul, can men be as serene as women? Can men be as serene as women? Toastmaster Rahul.
That's a really interesting and a controversial topic.
You cannot be diplomatic.
Okay. So I think guest Meera was there. She earlier said it's a controversial. I think this is more controversial topic. So if I go by the side of women, the men will feel okay. This guy is kind of going the other way around. And if I go towards the men's side, the women will be unhappy. So which side should I go? So I'll say it depends. Okay. The best answer is to say it depends. When you don't know, in life I have experience. If you don't know the answer, you say it depends. It depends on the situation. So if you're a married man, women is more serene. If you're an unmarried man, then men are more serene. Why I'm saying, because some of us are married, so they'll know the situation. Usually you'll have so many things coming in from the other side. So you can never be serene that way. So after marriage, I believe the women will be more serene because they will have a guy. I mean, usually my wife will be like, I have you to do all my stuff. So why should I take any sort of thing? So that's where she is, and I have to do whatever she expects out of me. So that way, I think her life is more serious. In my situation, if I have to look at it, my life is not so serious, but then she is always there to support me and kind of makes everything kind of calm and easy for me. So that's where we are. So we both balance it out each other, and that's how we make it serene for each other. And it's not about whether men are serene or women are serene. So both of us have to collaborate together to be more serene in life. So that's it. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul. Today I got one more information about Toastmaster Rahul. He's married. I didn't know this. Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Saravanan on stage. Toastmaster Saravanan, what stresses you the most? What stresses you the most, Toastmaster Saravanan?
Good morning, everyone. What stresses me the most is I live outskirts of Chennai. Commuting from there to my office is around 25 kilometers. If I am stuck in traffic, it creates a hell to me. I am not able to reach the office on time. I'm stuck for a long time on the road. So start early. That's my suggestion to everyone. That's the main killer of the day for me, because if I'm stuck, if I'm sweating, if I'm tired, I couldn't perform well in my office at the early hours. So that creates a fear in me, burden. So that's it. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
I would like to have Toastmaster Kavita.
Yes, Nikhil.
Toastmaster Kavita, what affects your inner peace? What affects your inner peace, Toastmaster Kavita?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nikhil, our table topic master for the day. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. What affects my inner peace? That is a very interesting topic in itself. So, inner peace is something that each of us define in different ways. So, during my school days, I used to think that if I am able to secure good marks, I achieve that peace, I achieve that happiness. If later on during my college days, I thought that achieving a university rank is something that gives me happiness and that will result in peace. And then it keeps going, right? So as much as you keep achieving things, you always think of going for the next one, and there is no end. So after a point of time, after you reach your 40s, probably when you reflect back, you might think that whatever you thought was happiness, whatever you thought was peace, is not actually happiness, it's not actually peace. And you keep thinking and you keep pondering upon things that you have never done before. So inner peace is something that is in our hands, just like how we talk about kasturi man, a type of deer which has its scent inside its body, but it keeps thinking that there is some fragrant thing that is there in the forest, and it keeps looking for it all over its life, and it dies, right? So it never thinks that it is there inside its own body. So like that, I think the peace is actually within us, and it is not about achievement, it is not about anything else, it is about feeling that you are peaceful, and it is within us. So this is something, these psychologies come to you when you reach your 40s, I think. Over to you, TT Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kavita. I would like to have Toastmaster Nisha on stage. Toastmaster Nisha, the most sinful person you know. The most sinful person you know. Siri. The most sinful person you know, Toastmaster Nisha.
Yeah. The most sinful person. Yeah, I think it's my mom. Okay. Coming to my experience, the sinful person means the sinful, coming to my perspective, the sinful person means accepting our abnormalities, accepting our tortures, accepting our happiness, like everything they are accepting. So I thought the person within ourselves, they are accepted. My mom is the person giving every freedom to me. I'm the person who thought of getting production. I'm the only girl in production in my plant. She didn't ask any question for that. She believes in me. She has more confidence on me to achieve my profession. I thought I really said I'm the only girl in my plant. She asked you believe means you can do like that. That's the way of confident she sees in me, and also she gives me more freedom for me. Like I think the serene, it's in my mother. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nisha. I would like to call Toastmaster Muthu online.
It's me, Nikhil.
Yes, Muthu.
Yes.
So, can there be disadvantages of being serene? Can there be disadvantages of being serene, Toastmaster Muthu?
So, can you repeat the topic?
Can there be disadvantages of being serene? Can there be disadvantages of being serene?
No, I don't think there is any disadvantages of being serene.
Muthu, we could not hear you. bandwidth problem, I think. Spoke something when he was on mute. I think bandwidth. Fine, we'll get him back when he comes. So I would like to have Toastmaster Arun online.
Yeah, yeah, Nikhil, I'm back. Sorry, some.
Okay, okay. Madhu, we could not see you.
Okay, I asked some questions like, is there any disadvantages of being serene? I don't think there is any disadvantages of being serene. So being serene is the most important state of a person, because when you are serene, when you're calm and controlled and balanced, then so you have more chances of thinking the right thought, so you can take the right action, so that will bring you the best results you could get. So when you are not serene means so you are not balanced. So when you are not balanced, so you can think the right thoughts, you can take the right decisions. So being serene is the most important act of a person. So we must all want to be serene most of the time. So that's a important thing we can consider doing all the time, because that is what we always most needed. So when we are serene, so we are in peace of mind. So that will bring a lot of joy to us. So we can forgive others, we can be more kind and loving to other people. So that is something I always wanted to do. So I don't think there is any disadvantages in being serene. And back to you, TT Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Madhu. I would like to have Toastmaster Prabhat on stage. Toastmaster Prabhat, what kind of person angers you the most? What kind of person angers you the most, Toastmaster Prabhat?
Thank you for such a wonderful topic. What kind of person angers me the most? I would say somebody who will be so much thinking about someone, who will make perception of decision about somebody's life, and the person who will be interfering in someone's life without thinking about his personal life, because the person like them will demotivates to people like me or somebody who requires some support all the time. So in the actually offices, I have seen a few of the people like that. They used to speak about somebody something wrong. Anytime if somebody will do something, they will talk something about them. So such type of people are making the negative atmosphere around the office, and this will be affecting the employee as well. So with this, thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prabhat. I would like to have Toastmaster Arun online.
Yes, David.
Toastmaster Arun, is your workplace full of tranquility? Is your workplace full of tranquility, Toastmaster Arun?
Sorry, is your workplace full of
tranquility?
Workplace full of tranquility. Yeah. Good morning, table topic master, fellow Toastmaster, and guest. Is your work is full of tranquility? Is the topic to give to us. Yes, of course, the work is full of tranquility. I would agree for that, because it is based upon what we see in the workplace. If we see the metrics, what is being shown by the Gallup, one of the well-known US research institute, almost 85% of people is not at all engaged in their work. The reason being, there are a lot of workplace cultural issues, negative emotions, which we make them to think about. The work is full of negativity and not able to see it in a positive manner. But if we go deep down into that, it is what we make it as work is tranquility or not. In every job, there is a reason to see it in a good way. For example, the well-known example mentioned by one of the orator, when the moon is portrays what kind of work that they are doing. The man was laying the brick. That person, one person can tell that I'm building a wall. Or you can say it as I'm building or laying the brick. Or you can say it as I'm building a beautiful home. Or it can be I'm building a beautiful temple. So it's all about how we see our work, and what we see in our work is what makes us tranquility, more than about the people involved in the workplace. And thanks for the topic. Over to you, Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arun. I would like to have Toastmaster Suhashmi online. Toastmaster Suhashmi, the last time you were exceptionally serene. The last time you were exceptionally serene, Toastmaster Suhashmi.
The last time you are expression.
The last time you were extra serene. Serene.
Extra calm.
Yeah, extra calm.
Thank you. Good morning, Toastmaster, and thank you, Toastmaster, Table Topic Master. The last time I was extra calm, I would say I would. I always be calm, where almost all the time, but extra calm. Okay. I used to have meditation early in the morning with my friends. We were trained together in yoga ceremony coaches, where we used to learn the yoga and meditation when we were studied in our college. At the time, so whenever we wait for a person, we are all friends, so we used to have meditation early in the morning. Nowadays in online, it's supposed to be like 4 o'clock or 4:30. So everyone, we together 5 to 6 members. So everyone, we used to gather at the time sharply at 4, because after that we have a lot of commitment from 5 o'clock onwards. So at the time, I'm really, because it's for calmness of our mind. So I feel every day in the early morning, I used to be more calm in that situation, even there is an ups and downs in the joining of the time. But hardly it is 99%. It won't be like that, like it, we promptly log in. But more, at the time, I make myself more calmer and calmer and calmer. Over to Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Suhasini. Now I would like to call Toastmaster Vikrant, a very young one, and I won't be having a topic for him. Guest Vikrant. Yes. Guest Vikrant. Yes. I call Guest Vikrant on stage. Yeah. Just make him sit.
Okay.
So, what do you want to talk? You said you want to talk about your car. Siri, okay. No, that's fine. He only wanted to talk.
Looks like Guest Vikrant went out of mood. So that would be the end. Thank you so much for your participation. And today we saw courageous diplomats, faithful diplomats like Rahul. We also learned the importance of planning and a lot of things. Thank you so much. That's it from me. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Timer, can I have the list of qualified table topic speakers?
Yeah, except guest Jayan and Toastmaster Saravanan, everyone are qualified.
And toast. Okay, fine. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, table topic master Nikhil and speaker. They have given a wonderful speech. And so how many of you check your phone when you wake up? How many of you? Yes. So let me tell you one example. So I had subscribed to a private news channel on YouTube about 3 years ago. So I regularly use all the news feed. Most of the news would be negative thoughts. So murder, kidnap, theft. So these knowingly or unknowingly, I feed all those news into my brain, and the entire day would go into stress mode. So research says just 3 minutes of negative news in the morning can ruin your mood and rest of the day, triggering you into alert mode, putting you on edge, and magnifying your own personal anxieties. So instead of grabbing your phone first thing in the morning while you're still in bed, try something different like morning meditation, gratitude practice, or say a prayer. It will definitely increase your serenity. So without much further any delay, let's quickly jump into our third session, which is evaluation session. To conduct this session successfully, I would like to hand over the control to General Evaluator, Toastmaster Rahul. Over to you, Toastmaster Rahul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Paramaguru, for handing over the control. So, yeah, here I am with the last section, which is the most important section for any Toastmasters meeting, because without proper evaluation, failure is inevitable. So that's where we are. And whosoever has come to the stage, it's important that we give them a feedback on how he has done on his speeches. So that's the idea of this session. And one more quote I have before I start with the evaluation session. Feedback should be like a rain. It should be gentle enough to nourish a man's growth without destroying his roots. So that's the methodology that we adopt in Toastmasters. Basically, we give a feedback in a gentle manner that it does not hurt the person, but at the same time encourages them to work on the improvement aspects. So that's the methodology, and we have a sandwich method which our evaluators will be using, which is also known as CRC: comment, recommend, and comment. So you at the same time look at the areas where the speaker has done good. Also, you recommend on some improvements. So that's the idea of evaluation. So I'll quickly jump onto the first section, which is of my session today, which is the evaluation of the prepared speeches. So for this, I have different evaluators who kind of introduced the speech objectives. So first speech today was given by Toastmaster Arun Kumar, and to evaluate his speech, Toastmaster DTM we have Trinada Rao, who is going to evaluate his speech. Without much ado, I'll hand over the control to DTM Trinada Rao to evaluate Toastmaster Arun's speech. Over to you, DTM Trinada. Thanks.
Happy morning, GE and fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guests, and Toastmaster Arun Kumar in particular. If you are into public speaking as a career, and also you have a very good exposure in Toastmasters, when you are giving a speech, audience will expect more from you. What is more? More is M-O-R-E. M is message. What message you are going to convey to the audience? So your message is very apt for this audience because you brought out the integrated meaning of Namaste, Namaskar, maybe in Tamil Vanakkam. So message is very good because it is apt for everybody. So you have fulfilled first letter M. Second is O. What is O? Organization of content. See, if you organize very well, your message will reach to the audience. How to organize the content? In a simple formula, OBC in our Toastmasters: opening, body, and conclusion. Opening is very good because you started with Namaste and told hold the audience, don't give back to me Namaste. That means I think you have created curiosity among the audience. Opening is good. Coming to the body of the speech, you have given very good 3S formula: social habit, scientific, and spiritual. And you have given your message of Namaste in 3 buckets, how it will be relevant to the social responsibility, and how scientifically it is proved, and also what significance it is having spiritually. So, body is excellent. Coming to the conclusion also you give introspection and retrospection. If you start with your day and if you end with the day and feeling about the Namaste, how it will be impacting throughout your life or throughout the day-to-day life. So your organization of the content is good. Then coming to the R, what is R? Resultant of delivery. So you have message, you have content, but resultant of delivery is important. Here I can appreciate your interaction with the audience and your hand gestures and your face of delivery. All 3 aspects are excellently done. Final thing is E. What is E? E is experience sharing. As a public speaker, if you are not bringing your personal experience into the speech, audience may not attract. I think you have shared whatever learned Namaste and you have shown this thing. Well done. Now coming to the areas of improvement. See, when you are doing a research and presenting, you have to bring some flavor to the speech. In India and global wise, how this Namaste is evolved, or salute is allowed, or shake hand is evolved. But one particular thing, Vanakkam. Why Vanakkam is different from all other languages? You would have done some research. Why Vanakkam are telling in Tamil other than Namaste or Namaskar? So I think that will add greatness to your speech. Recommendations, because you are in the online camp today, 1 or 2 slides showing references, how you evolve the research on the Namaste. So these are my recommendations. Overall, title is good. 3S organization is excellent. Conclusion is apt. All the best.
Yeah, thanks DTM Trinada for that wonderful evaluation. So one point I kind of felt it was an interesting speech from Toastmaster Arun, and I would have loved to actually see there was some sort of echo when I was listening to it, sitting physically here in the meeting room. So in terms of the prepared speakers, if they can come to the venue and deliver rather than giving it online, that will be helpful, because I was particularly interested to listen to it more, and somewhere I could have kind of felt disconnected. So it's not a complaint that I'm making, but then yeah, obviously if the speaker can come to the venue, it will be more interesting for people who are coming to attend the physical meeting. That will be helpful for me. So moving on, so we had our second speaker, Toastmaster Prabhat. His evaluation will be done by Toastmaster Muthu. So Prabhat, if you can come. Yeah, Toastmaster Muthu, over to you for Toastmaster Prabhat's evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you, General Evaluator of the day. First of all, let me congratulate Toastmaster Prabhat for completing level 1 project 4 speech. I really completely enjoyed his speech. I hope you all also did the same thing. So it's really been a very inspiring story from Toastmaster Prabhat. So he literally brought us into his story. The story is filled with a lot of emotions, and that made the story even beautiful. So the story, he had a beautiful opening. So how he has moved from a small city, from Jharkhand, to a big city. So from Jharkhand, surrounded with friends and family, so moved into Pune. It's a big city, so with no one. So how he survived there. So what are the issues they have faced and how he overcome those issues. So it's a beautiful story, and he beautifully narrated his whole story. So I think he had a beautiful opening, and so he said, how many have you had this kind of situation? So in the body of the speech, he beautifully explained, so what are the things he faced when he entered his city, Pune. So he faced a lot of emotional things there, and there is no one out there to help him. So finally, one of his seniors came and explained the whole thing. This called, introduced the term concept called the hexagon. So where he was presented an opportunity to work on the this hexagon. So if I found that problem, emotional is the issue. So he beautifully narrated the whole things. So it was a beautiful speech. So the thing is about it is it's all very good speech. It's beautifully narrated. So the clarity of the speech is really good. So he's very clear on what he's going to present, and he has chosen the topic very well. The topic is very relevant to his speech, and about the eye contact and gestures is also very good. So there are a lot of positives in his speech, and I have some suggestions also for him. So he might need to work on his vocal variety. So vocal variety seems a bit monotonous. This is something he could work on. He could have some variations in speeches where it is required. And also it could improve his pace at which he speaks. That could even make the speech even more beautiful, and he can be like louder while he's presenting speech. So there is some, you can use some exaggerations. In his speech, a lot of places you could have used the exaggerations. So how many have you had the experience like that? You could have used some exaggerations. So there are some suggestions for him. If he could incorporate these things in this next speech, it could have become even better speech. So overall, it's a very good speech and very good try from Toastmaster Prabhat, and we all really enjoyed the speech. And all the best to Toastmaster Prabhat for the next speech. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Muthu, for that wonderful evaluation. So I believe till yesterday Prabhat's name was not there in the agenda, so he has given a last minute speech. So kudos to him on that front. Grab an opportunity which is there, and not sure how much preparation it would have been there, but then yeah, wonderful speech. Every time I listen to him, I think it's his second speech, and every time I listen to him, there are certain things which I take away from the session. So that's my expectation when I listen to any speaker. So from that perspective, it's met. Yeah, maybe you could have avoided the presentation. I mean, it was like 6 points only. You could have remembered. So that's the only part. Otherwise, I love it. Yeah. Now moving on. Our third speaker, Toastmaster Suhashmi, gave a wonderful speech. To evaluate Toastmaster Suhashmi, we have Toastmaster Kavita. Yeah, do we have Toastmaster Kavita? Yeah. So over to you, Toastmaster Kavita. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for that introduction. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests, and my target speaker, Toastmaster Suhasini. Forget what hurt you, but never forget what it taught you. This is a favorite quote of mine, and this project is a project where you have to reflect upon and conduct a lessons learned meeting and take suggestions from your team and talk about the skills you learned during the lessons learned project and the skills you have acquired and the experience you had during your leadership journey. So you have beautifully presented this project about the leadership experience you had during your tenure as a VP education during the last tenure. So it is very appropriate now because you have just completed your VPE position, and it is very relevant for the audience as well. Let me talk a little about the content, and then let me talk about the presentation. You had a wonderful opening body and conclusion, and the way you brought in Namaste, the previous speakers, the humor into this is something that Toastmasters are very good at doing. So it comes from experience. So you might have had a different introduction, but you were able to bring that humor with the previous speakers Namaste. So I really like that in your introduction, and your body was well structured with those 5 points, and you also brought about poem into this. So you said my poem has 5 points, and then you spoke about time, commitment, measurement, and all those aspects you learned as a leader leading your XCOM team as a VP education. So these are things I really liked about your body. And your conclusion, I was actually looking for humor. The speech had a lot of humor in it, and a lot of information you acquired as a leader, and you made the audience the difference between a speaker and a good speaker is a speaker can give information to the audience, but a good speaker will make the audience feel the way the speaker feels, or the way the speaker wants the audience to feel. So I saw that persuasion, I saw that beautiful feeling that you brought into this speech, and how you felt as a leader, what you learned as a leader, how you reflected back as a leader. And in the end, that persuasion, you asked the audience, come become a VPE and experience it yourself. So these are the things I really liked about your content. With the way you presented it, you had a beautiful, naturally the voice modulation comes for you, and the hand gestures and body language, even though you're not fully present, you're not offline, I can see the hand gestures, they were very good. I have only two suggestions. One is with respect to the presentation, the other is with respect to the content. With respect to the presentation, you could have had the eye contact on the lens. With respect to presentation, you could have actually conducted a lessons learned meeting, and then the output of it could have been presented in the session. So these are the recommendations, but very wonderful speech. Over to you, G.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Kavita, for that wonderful evaluation. So all three yeah, so all three evaluators are wonderful. So let's have a big round of applause for the evaluators. Here we conclude the evaluation section, first part of my evaluation report. So with this, we'll move on to the next part of the evaluation session, which is the tag team. So with that, we'll move on to Toastmaster Deepa, who's the timer for today. So Toastmaster Deepa, can we have the timer's report?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, all the evaluators are qualified, Toastmaster Deepa.
Yeah, all the three evaluators are qualified.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. I'm glad, good afternoon, Toastmasters. I'm glad to present the timer's role today. Coming to the prepared speech session, Toastmaster Arun spoken for 7 minutes, Toastmaster Prabhat spoken for 6 minutes 43 seconds, and Toastmaster Suhashmi spoken for about 6 minutes 48 seconds. And coming to the table topic session, almost 16 table topic speakers have been here. I congratulate Nicole for making a wonderful table topic session. So all the topics were interesting. I expect myself to be one of the table topic speaker, but unfortunately, I'm not. My name was not called out. Sure, I will be giving my table topic table topic thing in the next meeting. So table topic, Toastmasters Srinathar Rao spoken for 2 minutes 20 seconds, and Toastmaster Venkatesh spoken for 2 minutes 10 seconds. Guest Vikram spoken for 1 minute 5 seconds, and guest Meera spoken for 1 minute 16 seconds. Guest Jayan spoken for 56 seconds. Guest Sarat 1 minute 5 seconds. Toastmaster Madhusudan spoken for 1 minute 38 seconds. Guest Muthukumar for 2 minutes 5 seconds. Toastmaster Rahul spoken for 1 minute 55 seconds. Toastmaster Saravanan 42 seconds. Toastmaster Kavita spoken for 2 minutes. Toastmaster Nisha spoken for 1 minute 10 seconds. Toastmaster Muthu spoken for 1 minute 11 seconds. Toastmaster Prabhat for 1 minute 16 seconds. Toastmaster Arun spoken for 1 minute 41 seconds. And Toastmaster Suhasini spoken for about 1 minute 40 seconds. Coming to the evaluation session, Toastmaster DTM Trinada Rao spoken for 3 minutes 27 seconds. Toastmaster Muthu spoken for 3 minutes 13 seconds. And at last, Toastmaster Kavita spoken for 3 minutes 19 seconds. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Deepa, for that timer's report. So good in terms of the overall timing report. We'll move on to the next role players report for today, which is our counter, which is played by Toastmaster Jacob. So, Toastmaster Jacob, can we have the R counters report? Over to you, Toastmaster Jacob. Thank you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. And for the prepared speeches, first speaker, Toastmaster Arun Kumar, it was a flawless speech. And Toastmaster Prabhat, you used R 11 times, so 3 times, and the repeated word is I was. Toastmaster Suhashmi used R 4 times, and the repeated word is she. And for the table topics, DTM Rao sir used 1 time, so 3 times. Toastmaster Venkatesh used R 13 times, so 3 times, and the repeated words are to be, we are, which is. Guest Vikram used R 2 times, so 1 time. Guest Meera used R 5 times, 4 times, and so 1 time. Guest Jayant used R 3 times. Guest Sarath used R 4 times. Toastmaster Madhusudanan used R 14 times, 2 times, so 1 time. Guest Muthukumar used R 10 times, 4 times, so 3 times, and the repeated words are we, if, and. Toastmaster Rahul used R 5 times, so 2 times. Toastmaster Saravanan used R 2 times, so 2 times. Toastmaster Suhashmi used R 5 times, 2 times. And finally, the evaluation session, DTM Rao sir used R 1 time, so 1 time. Toastmaster Muthu used R 7 times, 2 times, so 4 times, and the repeated words are how and. Toastmaster Kavita used R 7 times, so 2 times, and the repeated word is and. Thank you, and over to General Evaluator.
Thanks, Toastmaster Jacob, for that meticulous report. So it's interesting. So I had 2 hours and 5 shows. It's always good to know how many times you kind of repeated the sentences, and you can improve on those areas. So moving on to the third role player, our grammarian for today, Nisha. She's present here physically with us. So we'll welcome her with a big round of applause. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm glad to present the Grammarian Report for today's meeting. The word of the day is serenity. It refers to the state of peace and calm. The theme of the day is liberty and tranquility. It describes a peace of mind in the sense of self-growth, inner freedom, and a strong human spirit. Coming to the prepared speech, the first speech is given by TM Arun Kumar. I really like this speech. The word of the day is not used by him, but he used a lot of phrases like namaste and namaskara, and the 3 years he came across like social habits, scientific reasons, and spiritual. It's very beautiful. The second speaker is TM Prabhat. The topic given to him was the core element of human hexagon. The word he used is a personality, and the 6 elements he concluded is very beautiful. Like I like that physical behavior. It's very important to everyone. Then the third speaker is TM Suhashmi. The title given to her was the moment of sudden insight, light and delight. She came across with 5 elements like chose to smile, accept the situation, the commitment, and apply your plan, and emotional intelligence. She also ended up with a quote like take up your role and do your excellence. Coming to the table topic sessions, we have 16 table topic speakers today. The first speaker is Trinida Rao. He actually connected the speech like liberty and tranquility. He started it very nice. Like he ended up a quote with like understand the liberty with responsibility. I really like that quote very much. TM Venkatesh used the word like ethics, character, and he used the word of the day by three times. Non-violence, honest, like that, and short-term goal and the long-term perspective. This is the very important thing we have to follow. Then coming to guest Vikram, what we behave, we have to think. Behave, what are the things we have thinking is the word he used. Discipline and the meditation. Next, coming to guest Meera, personality, parenting, unbiased and controversial. These are the words she used. It's very natural, and her way of speech is very quiet Maybe in future she will become anchoring like that. In this stage itself, she spoke very much. Then coming to TM Madhusudan, satisfaction, contempted, and the controversies and conflicts, he used in a very quiet manner. TM guest Muthukumar, the definition of heaven. He explained the journey as he explained the journey itself. He came up with a good experience in his life, like time and energy is equal to money, and heaven is a place where everyone wants to be. Like nick of the, he used the phrase of nick of the moment and the word miserable. Then coming to TM Rahul, his way of topic is very controversial, and he really balanced in his speech itself. He used the word depends on the situation. It is a very diplomatic answer he has given. I really appreciate that for that. TM Saravanan, yeah, he used the word start early. It's very important to everyone. We have to follow that. Then coming to TM Kavita, she used the word achieve and the fragrance of, we have to feel the fragrance in everything. She also described the code for that. TM Muthu, the best results and the balanced way of life, he used these two phrases. And coming to TM Prabhat, he used the word demotivation and the negative atmosphere. TM Arun, he used the phrase like what we see in the workplace is the good one, what we have to feel is the best thing. We have to feel ourselves. What we are feeling is the outcome. We will. Okay. Then coming to TM Subhashini, he used the word like meditation. Coming to guest Vikrant, he is quite discomfort, but his way of gesture itself tells everything to us. Thanks, Vikrant. Okay, coming to the evaluation session, we have 3 evaluators today. TM Trinida Arun used the word curiosity, impact, delivery. And he also, I thought why he didn't mention the word like Vanakkam. He came across that word Vanakkam. I really like that word and that word of reoccurrence. Then coming to TM Muthu, he used the word like opportunities, relevance, and work on variety, monotonous, and incorporation. And last but not the least, TM Kavita. She used the quote like forget what you give and don't forget what you thought. It is the most important thing you have to follow. And she used the word like humor, feel the way what the good speaker is the one feeling the way what the audience wants to be. It is one of the most important thing the good speaker has to follow. And she has also given the good suggestion to her speaker that eye contact and lessons learned point to be included. Thank you. Thank you so much. The word of the day is used by many of the speakers. Like they have used many of them use the word of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nisha, for that wonderful and long evaluation. Kind of stretched a bit. That's feedback on the general evaluation. So maybe you can avoid speaking the speaker's name and give your grammarian report as such without speaking the speaker's name, because it can be a bit tricky sometimes to tell them what are the errors. So that brings us to the end of section 2 of the evaluation session. So can we have a big round of applause? All the 3 role player timer. Those 3 are the toughest role. It's always been the toughest for me because you have to listen to each and every speaker meticulously, and you cannot miss even a single section of the speeches. So those 3 are the toughest ones if you look at it from the listening point of view. Because if you're a speaker, you can avoid listening to 1 or 2 speeches, or you can miss some part. But then if you're a counter or a grammarian, that's where you have to be focusing on. So I always found these roles to be very good in terms of improving your listening ability. So that's where we are. So we'll move on to the 3rd section for evaluation session as such, which is my general evaluator's report. So I'll start with the good aspects from today's meeting. So we kind of started on time. It was 1 minute delay, which is okay. I think Sai is looking at me very angrily. Okay. So the start of meeting was wonderful. Sa introduced the session, and we started with a high energy. The session was started. Guests who were there were introduced properly and were given time to come to the stage and give an introduction of themselves. So that ways everything was kind of good. We found an additional mic which was given to the speaker. So though it became a problem later on for the online speakers, but those who are present physically, I think mic was a good idea because it kind of helps them listen to the speaker well on the speaker. So kudos to the team on that front. Theme. So coming to the Toastmaster of the day, theme and word of the day was introduced. So kudos to keeping a interesting word of the day, which I think almost everyone used, as the grammarian said, and it's a very interesting theme. So yeah, that's really nice to have those kind of topics. One more good thing was from the Toastmaster of the day, I think everything was done properly. He kind of introduced all the speakers with an introduction. So that ways, I think the meeting was really well, and kudos to the Toastmaster of the day on that front. Can we have a big round of applause for Second, we had the table topics session. Interesting. He kind of, what do you say, got everyone's attention, Toastmaster Nikhil. And he encouraged, I mean, the good thing about the role that he played today was he encouraged everyone to come onto the stage and speak. And one good aspect also from what he did was, see, he kind of made sure that he gives a topic to the person who's coming onto the stage so that he can speak on that topic. So there were some young speakers, some old speakers. So it was balanced that way. So that was the one thing I kind of liked about the table topic session today. So can we have a good big round of applause for Toastmaster? So that was there. In terms of speeches, we had 3 good speeches, and all of them had a good content and learnings for the whosoever guests are there. So that ways we had very good speeches and very good evaluations. So can we have a big round of applause for all the speakers and the evaluations? Coming to the improvement part, I think I already gave this kind of a thing. When Toastmaster Arun was speaking, I think there was a bit of echo and there was clarity issues, which I felt. I don't know for other online speakers, I did not feel the same way. So I wanted to listen to Toastmaster Arun's speech more intensely because it was an interesting topic. Namaste. So I was interested. So somewhere I missed it. So I felt maybe we can have a look at that aspect. Another issue was, see, when we were using the mic, the online Toastmasters were not able to listen to the speech. So I think these are some, what do you say, some things which we can look into it if we are having a hybrid meeting, because sometimes the speaker who are physically present are not able to listen to the online speakers, whereas it can be the other way around also. So online speakers not able to listen to the speakers who are there. So maybe we need to find something. It's always easier said than done. We have been trying to make these meetings work, but then yeah, that area we can look into in terms of improvement. One thing from teamwork point of view, I felt that speaker topics were not introduced. So when you are introducing the speaker, maybe you missed to introduce the speaker topic. So that was to be done. I think that's one thing that was missed. Otherwise, everything was flawless and done properly. Sir or ma'am, we can avoid. It's not that there is a rule in Toastmasters. Basically, in Toastmasters, we avoid saying sir or ma'am. So that can be avoided. Yeah. If you don't feel comfortable, I myself will say sir or ma'am something, but then that's not the norm within Toastmasters. One error was that during one table topic, speaker abruptly red came up without the green, so that I think somewhere we had to look into it. During the table topics only, one of the guests did not turn off the camera. So when you are there, going through a session, you have to ask the speaker to turn on the camera, because the speakers or the people who are going to vote have to look at the speaker. Otherwise, how will they see his body language? Correct. So for me to vote for the best table topic speaker, it's important that I look at the speaker body language also. So that was one thing which I think only one case was there. Otherwise, all the online speaker had their cameras on. So that was one area we kind of missed. Otherwise, all in all, the meeting went well. It was a quality meeting, and we started on time, and it never felt like the meeting was kind of dragging on. So from that perspective, it was wonderfully done. All the role players have done well. Yeah, that's it. That's it from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, General Evaluator and the tag team for their constructive feedback. Kudos to all. So now we have came to the end of the session. So yeah, thank you for all the prepared speakers and the table topic speakers. So I would like to thank our VP Education, Toastmaster Muthu, for giving me this wonderful opportunity as a TMOD. Thank you, Toastmaster Muthu. And I would like to thank my mentor, TM Karthik, for his valuable guidelines. Thank you, Toastmaster Karthik. Over to you, Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. It's a great job from you on the General Evaluator. Now, Toastmaster Gayatri, do we have the awards ready? Before that, do we have any guest unaddressed?
Guest. Yes. No, Muthu. No, we have. All the guests are addressed.
Muthu, do you want to proceed with the guest feedback?
Yes, we need to have the guest.
We'll have a guest feedback. Yeah, guest Meera. Yeah, how was the session and how you enjoyed the today?
Yeah, so I'm like very new to this, the whole Toastmaster club, the idea and everything. And firstly, it was like really nerve-wracking, and I was like really scared of presenting myself on spot. But I think now that I've like gotten understood what this is about, I feel like it's really fun, and we can learn a lot from this. And it can be entertaining, and we can take stuff from this as well. Yeah, I think it's a wonderful idea, and it was executed amazingly.
Thank you. And we have one more guest. Yeah, guest Vikram. Yeah. Over to you, Vikram.
Hi all. This is the first session I'm attending Toastmasters. I came to know about this through one of my friends. I felt it very much interesting. Investing 2 hours or 2.5 hours in this developing public speaking and communication skills is very much important in this world. Wherever we look, this is a competitive world. We must have one unique etiquette to get over there. We should be unique wherever we go. I think this Toastmasters help develop communication skills and personality development in every walk of life. Thank you.
Can we have guest Sharath to share his feedback? Sharath, can you please unmute yourself?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, Sharath, you are audible.
Yeah, Toastmasters, I came to know about the Toastmasters to a YouTube video, and I'm eagerly was searching for a medium to improve my communications. So yeah, spending 2 hours, as guest Vikram said, spending 2 hours per week is we can spend 2 hours per week to improve our communications and improve our confidence, because speaking internally and speaking in public to get rid of the stage fear, I think the Toastmaster will be really helpful for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharat. So can you please send your mobile number in the chat box so that our membership will reach you for joining formalities and.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Sharat. And we have one more guest. Yeah, can we have Muthu on stage to share his feedback, valuable feedback? Over to you.
I've been thinking of joining this Toastmaster for quite some time, but I could not. But today, positively, I have attended this. So actually, we have a lot of thoughts. But to summarize and present to the public or in a meeting, it's very difficult actually. But in Toastmaster, we get an opportunity to present ourselves, and there are evaluators and mentors are there to guide us, and then where we are lagging and all, they are easy. It is very easy to get the feedback. So it is quite successful. We can be a very good public speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Muthu. Please share your. Please reach to our membership so that they will. He will guide you the joining formalities. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Toastmaster Paramaguru, please collect all the guest numbers and pass it on to Toastmaster Anand.
Sure, Toastmaster Muthu. Sure. Yeah.
Please collect the contact numbers from offline.
Sure, Muthu. Yeah. So
thank you.
Yes. Yes, we have ready.
Thank you all the guests for taking your time to participate in this today's meeting. So please share your contact number to Toastmaster Paramaguru, and would expect you to continue with our further meetings. Now we go further on. So today we had a wonderful meeting. So today the main players, or most of them, are new first-time role players. Toastmaster Paramaguru and Toastmaster Prabhat, and got Toastmaster Deepa and Toastmaster Nisha. So all are new members, but they didn't act like new members. So it's a great job done by all the first timers. So they just acted like a pro. So we didn't see any drop in quality of our meetings. So it's been a great meetings, and the details they provided were very extensive, and so a lot of information. They conducted the meeting in a very quality way. So really, I didn't expect it, but it's a great show from all of the members. So I expect the same from all the new members. Now, can we have the awards ready?
Yes,
okay, today the best speaker is Toastmaster Suhashmi. So all the best to Toastmaster Suhashmi. The next award, please. And the best topics is DTM Trinadha Rao sir. All the best to DTM Rao sir. And the best evaluator is DTM Rao sir. So when DTM Rao sir is there, so we don't need to. So we will be sure he will be getting that. And then the best role player is Toastmaster Nikhil. Okay, did a great job. I think he has called on 16 members. I think we left very few members except him and Arul. I think he called everyone today. So we got the first-time role player, Toastmaster Nisha. Yeah, Grammarian, she's doing the first time, but she did a great job. She explained the things very well. It's a great job, Toastmaster Nisha. The next awards, please. So we got first timers today, Toastmaster Paramaguru, Toastmaster of the day. They did a great job.
You come this way.
Then, yeah. Can we move to the next slide? Yeah, we got Toastmaster Rahul, the general evaluator for the first time. A great job, Toastmaster Rahul. Toastmaster Deepa as timer. So she had a lot of she did a lot of things today. Great job, Toastmaster Deepa. And finally, we got Toastmaster Nisha as grammarian. Very well done, Toastmaster Nisha. something. The meeting rating.
Meeting rating is 4.75.
4.75 is a very high quality meeting rating. So thank you all the guests and members for rating. So it's been a great meeting. We are able to conduct this meeting with minimal glitches, and thank you all. So with this,
With this, we will have a photo session.
Yeah, with this, okay. We can have a photo studio.
Yes.
Photo. Yeah. So with this, I adjourn the meeting to the next week, September 18. So we can have a photo.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Yeah, can you please come on?